channel. On today's video, I finally have Jimmy here, which
Hello.
a lot of you guys have never met. So we're doing our first video together. He actually has been in 2 of my videos. Do you remember that?
I'll show you guys. I don't even know what they filmed, but I'll show you guys.
Hey everyone, welcome to my vlog. We're in the media room. Aurelie's is doing her magic. Say hi, Aurelie's.
Hey!
That's Cyrus
What's up,
over there.
YouTube?
Hey.
What's up, YouTube world?
There's Cyrus in the background. And today we're gonna take you for sons and daughters.
I left my camera. This was before. This is before I even liked him, I think. And then the second time was when I was serving at Sons and Daughters. But I already knew by then.
The link to that video is right here.
But today's video, we're gonna share our story, how we met, how it came to be, and then just answer some of your guys' questions. Where is my phone at?
All right, I'm really camera shy, so I'm gonna do the best I can for this. But so I don't know if you guys know, but we met at church. I was going to church for about a year now. I was a soca instructor. If you guys don't know what soca is, it's a school of creative arts we have at our church, and it's a great place for, you know, your creative gift to get activated. So I was an instructor for video editing, and I remember Alicia had introduced me to one of my students that I met. Shout out to Alicia for introducing me to Vivian. Vivian had signed up for video editing, so when I was instructing, I was kind of new to video editing as far as the instructing part, and then she joined my class, and I remember that's where I met her at. She was one of my students. She graduated. She did the full 12 weeks. She missed a couple weeks, but she would come quite consistently, and you know, when I first laid eyes on her, I could say it was God, you know. But no, at the time I wasn't really looking for anyone, but I did look at her, and she was glowing like an angel. So I was just like, I just took it to God, and I did what I had to do.
Yeah, it was during COVID, and he would wear like this. He would wear like this mask, but it was really like a rag. I remember it. It was like this big. Around his whole head, and it was like a triangle.
Yeah, it was cool, okay?
No, it wasn't.
It was a face warmer, and it was great for the winter. She was wearing a freaking
regular black mask.
Yeah, here's a picture of her in one of my classes.
That was the first class when you took pictures of us. You
Yeah.
had to take pictures of all the students.
Yeah, so this is just proof that she was in my class.
And then you took the group picture. I didn't like him when we first met, so I didn't think anything of it. He was my first guy friend at the church, though. You know that?
Yeah.
He's the first guy I ever met at church. But I didn't think anything of it. I was fresh. You had already been there for a year. I had been there for like, I don't know, like a month? When was it? Like October? No.
Yeah, you were there for about like a month already.
Like a month or 2 months. So I was like brand new. Because this is when soca was still at Santa Fe Springs, remember?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. So yeah, I didn't really think much of it. I just wanted to learn video editing for YouTube. So yeah, and he's actually the person that, because I used to be an usher, so he's the person that kind of would tell people that I should be in media, or when you were already in media.
Yeah. When I met Vivian, she had a gift already. Like, she showed me her channel. She told me about her channel when we were video editing, and I was equipping her to help her with her channel. I was like, tell her you should do this, you should do that. And then like I seen she was like, you know, she had it going on YouTube, so I became a subscriber as well too. I was following.
He was my #1 fan.
#1 fan, yep. I was always tell her like, oh my gosh, I watched your video.
Literally.
And then
all the time.
I would tell her like about like, yeah, I used to watch them because they're very interesting, and I know you guys watch them too, so you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys keep coming back for more for a reason. And you know, she was just a great student, and when she was in ushers, I was like, man, she belongs in media. She needs to be serving here. She needs to, like, she has a gift. And it took me a while to fight for her. It probably took me like 6 to 7 months to get her into media.
It was him though.
Yeah, I would always bring it up to Tyler. Shout out to Tyler and Pastor T's. I used to tell him like, dude, like Vivian would be perfect. Like we gotta get her. And then we made a trade. I don't know if we should put
your
that.
bestie, he's in our wedding.
Sorry, Chris. We love you, Chris. But just kind of how we met and where it went from there. Maybe the next question we should talk about.
Oh, but wait, you have to tell them. He would call me to check on the students, supposedly check on the students or whatever. And this guy would call me and like literally ask me a bunch of questions because I would go with my stroller with Amelia. So I remember when he called me one time, and remember I didn't like him at this time. I didn't like anybody. I was just like fresh. So he would call me and I remember one time he asked me if I was still with my baby daddy and I was like, what? This guy? And then I remember I told Alicia, I was like, I think Jimmy likes me. And I was like,
it's nothing like that.
No, yes.
I'm just a man of God, just, you know.
No, he was asking me like so many questions. But yeah, I thought that was funny. I knew he liked me in the beginning, but I didn't like him. And then we were friends since then, but then we would like relate to each other because we both had daughters and we were both both co-parent. So we related in that way. And then I think we kept it pretty cool, like I mean we were just friends. I would see you, I would say hi to him, and that was kind of it. But
yeah, we were just friends. I mean, I knew she digged me too. No, just kidding. I'm sorry. Nah, it was nothing like that. We were both there for the right reasons. We're like, I was focused. I was in the training center for a good season, and we were just focused in our lanes. God was giving me hints, but it was more of like, at the time I was just running after God, and I knew God was gonna bless me in the very end. So, and that's why we're here. That's how we met. Our wedding is September 17th. If you guys don't know, we're going to be live streaming it. So all you guys get to tune in. It'll be September 17th at 11 a.m. So I'm pretty sure it's just going to pop up as a live on YouTube. So make sure you guys show up, support, comment, see how everything goes. We want you guys to be a part of it. You guys are a big part of this channel. I always read through all your guys' comments. I see you guys are reading it. You guys will see me liking you guys'
He comments back a lot too.
Yeah.
He comments back more than me actually.
Yeah, I should probably be her.
He's probably gonna be taking over my comments. So
yeah.
Soon. But then we were just friends. And I was still in ushers and he was in media. And then probably like how many months later? Like a couple months later, like 4 or 5 months later, I got moved to media, and that's when we became like more friends, closer friends. Not in a weird way, not in a weird like, not even like that, like literally just friends. And like I said, we used to relate because of our daughters, so we would talk a lot about that. And then he would even teach me a lot, and this was before like video. He would teach me like video editing. Cameras, what else?
Yeah, how to record.
We would do shoots together, like in ministry. So I learned a lot actually from him in media. But I think in media, that's when I kind of started liking him. But I didn't want to like him. So I would just constantly be in a fight of I like him, then I'd be like I don't like him, and then I would not like him for like a month or two, and then I'll start liking him again, and then I wouldn't like him. So it was just like I was just like battling it, honestly. Yeah. So I don't think I really, this is when I really started liking you, when I finally was like, okay. When one time he was talking to me about like the youth, and he has like a huge heart for the youth, and he cares for the youth a lot, and a lot of the people that he disciples are youth. So he was like literally just sharing his heart about the youth, and that's when I was like, oh dang, like this guy's like, not in a like mean way, because he jokes around so much, so freaking much. Like I remember thinking like, oh dang, like this guy is actually serious about God when he would talk about the youth. So that's kind of like when I started liking him, because he kind of like shared his heart of how he, like how much he cared for the people. And that's when I started like, okay, maybe, you know. But I just was leaving it to God because I didn't want to like anybody. That was just my mindset. And I think it's kind of like a bad mindset sometimes, because I was literally fighting it for a while, I feel like. But yeah, that's when I knew. That's when I started liking him. That's not when I knew he was the one, but that's when I started liking him.
Yeah. And I mean, I knew like I know some of the questions were like, how did you know she was the one and stuff? And to be honest, it's like, you know, God will show you who's the one. You'll know, and then you'll get confirmation from, you know, people. Like for us, we have leaders in our lives, so we'll get confirmation from our leaders saying like, yeah, like, you know, and they're not the ones who make the decision. At the end of the day, it's God, and, you know, God will put the desires in your heart, and God is always good when he meets those desires. Like he's always faithful. And like, you know, Vivian was someone that I, for sure, like, especially being, you know, a mom, that's a big one, because you know, Layla, she's my 8-year-old daughter, and, you know, she requires you know, a different level of attention. So, you know, that was a big plus. But on top of that, you know, Vivian's a woman of God. She runs after God. She loves God. She fears God. So that's how I knew like she was the one. And like I said, I felt in my spirit that like God was leading me to her, but I just didn't know how to go about it. So we kind of went through it with our leaders, and, you know, we ended up where we're at now.
Yeah. And the main thing was probably peace, because I mean, we both talked about this. We both, like, before, we've liked like different people, like back then, and the one thing that was different was the peace on it, because all the other times there was like no peace. And that's personally how I knew, is that there was peace, even though I was fighting it. At the end of it, like, there was peace. And then there was like this one moment though where I like really knew. And this was probably like the beginning of this year. We were in a service, and Pastor Liz was preaching about promises, and she started talking about like promises for your children. And I remember she said like, start praying for your children. If I could find it, I'll insert the clip somewhere.
Here's just a few scriptures I got for you. You say, my children, whether it's having children, raising children, in all the stages of their life, you stand there and the enemy puts pressure on you. Oh, they're not gonna do this, or oh no, look at that, or oh, see that person. You say, Proverbs 22:6 says, then I'm gonna train up a child in the way that he or she should go, and when they are older, they're not gonna depart from God. And you stand there, yep, that's what I come into agreement with. You say Isaiah 49:25, for I will contend with him that contends with you. Or God says, I will fight with anything that tries to fight with you. I always tell God, God, you said you would fight with those that fight with me. And I don't fight flesh and blood. So whatever power, principality, and works of the enemy, you will fight with them that fight with me. And you will save my children. You will save my children. All my children shall be taught by the Lord, and great shall be the peace, nothing missing, nothing broken of my children. I come into agreement with God. I come into agreement with heaven. I come out of agreement with fear. I come out of agreement with anger, and I come into agreement with God.
I remember I was praying for my children. I was praying for Amelia, but I remember when I was praying, like I saw Layla, and I was like, why? And I knew what it was. I knew that was like the final confirmation, because it was something I had kind of been like battling with for a minute. And I was like, okay, God, like if that's what you want, then, you know, I only want what you want for me. And so that's how I knew. That was like my like, okay, this is God for sure. At this point, I already liked them. I already like had feelings for him for a while already. But my thing was like, I don't even want this, God, if this is not what you want for me. So that was something that I had on my heart for a while. Like I wanted what God wanted for me. And so when I saw that in prayer, in the middle of service, that's when I knew, like, okay, like he's the one, you know, I could feel it, like God, like this was like God's final confirmation. Even though I had gotten confirmation in prayer before, like I remember when I was like kind of like, oh, I like him, but I don't want to like him, I don't want to like anybody, like I didn't want to like anybody, that was my thing, I didn't want to like anybody. And then I remember I made this list, and this list I made it like when I barely, like I wouldn't even think I was at Freedom yet, when I barely got saved. I made a list of the qualities that I wanted in oh no, it was probably when I first got to Freedom, in the qualities that I wanted in a husband. And I remember in prayer, like when I was like, God, I don't want to like him, but I really like him, like I only want to like him if that's who you have for me. And God told me in prayer, okay, open up that list. And I had not opened up that list in like months, in a long time. I had not opened up that list. And then I opened up the list and I went through it, and he literally like checked off every single one. And that was like another confirmation. That was before the prayer part, but that was like one confirmation. But basically the confirmation I got was peace in prayer, and in prayer again in service, in corporate prayer, and then prayer alone. And yeah,
it's good.
That's basically it. But
yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much just a introduction of who I am, how we met, and how we knew. I'll be in more. I'll be tuning in here and there. Just let us know down below what you want us to be kind of just sharing on next. Like I said, our marriage is right around the corner. We're kind of just preparing, so it's a crazy season, but we want you guys to tag along with it. We want you guys to be a part of it. I just want to thank everyone who gave to the registry. We really appreciate it. It's not mandatory or anything, but we appreciate everyone that has given. You know, I know Vivian showed in the other video about what we got already. From there, I think a lot of people.
No, from there we got even more, and it's like, it's honestly such a blessing, because everything, a lot of the stuff in like our home, we would have never even.
Yeah. No, straight up, like you guys are
the stuff that we've gotten. It's like I don't think we would have been able to get it.
Yeah. Like
all at once, so we're grateful.
Yeah.
Right?
You guys reap what you sow, so you guys are sowing into this, and we just want to let you guys know that there's a harvest right around the corner for you guys. So we appreciate you guys very much. Is there anything else you want to share?
All I could say is that God is faithful, and He gives you all the desires of your heart. And yeah, don't downgrade your list either. Don't like buckle just because someone's like, you know, just God's faithful, and just be patient. And you don't lower your standards. That's all I'm saying, because I feel like I had pretty high standards for what I wanted, and I got what I wanted. So it's just, to me, this is just a testimony of God's goodness, and you know, God's faithful. And if you're waiting in a season of waiting, and you're waiting for the one, or you don't know who's the one, or you don't know if you want to get married, all I could say is just trust God, and just believe God, and don't believe any lies, especially single moms. Don't believe the lie that nobody's gonna want to marry you because you're a single mom. That's a freaking lie, and I've heard that lie from so many people, and that was a lie that would try to come to me, and it was just not something I was receiving. I'm like, nope. Like, I know my worth. I'm a daughter of God, and God loves me, and God's gonna bless me, and He's gonna give me a man of God. He's gonna give me a man after God's own heart, and I'm gonna run for God all the rest of my life, all the days of my life with my husband. And that's the vision I had for my life, and God came through. So all I could say is just be patient and just trust God, and don't believe any lie that the devil tells you. So
yeah, and sorry guys, I'm kind of camera shy. I'm usually more energetic, but
which is funny because
my hands are sweating.
He leads cameras at the church.
Usually I'm behind the camera, but I'm never in front of the camera. So, and it's for a reason. I'm camera shy, and I'm nervous, and yeah, it's just tough.
Okay, well, we love you guys. Let us know what other videos you guys want us to make. For sure, I'll be posting videos on the wedding a lot this next coming month because it's so close. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But as for now, that's it for this video. I love you guys. We love you guys. Jesus loves you guys. and we're super grateful for you all, and that's it.